a job that I was actually contacted for earlier this year, in which they needed a black woman like myself to ride a motorbike. Was then passed on to a man, a white man, who was then had a wig put on him and then had his skin darkened to fulfill the role. My name is Shaina West and I'm an aspiring stunt actor. So at the moment, I'm taking on martial arts, it being the longest one and the one that I started with. I'm also doing gymnastics and my motorbike license, which I hope to expand into a racing license pretty soon. My journey started about 4 years ago after I had a pretty bad motorbike accident. I ended up fracturing my neck and breaking my thumb and just ended up pretty much bedbound for about 6 weeks or so. In that time, as you do, I binge watched a lot of my favourite shows, which included anime and cool action films that had loads of heroes in it. And after a while, I just became really inspired by all of these heroes who overcome their adversity to basically come out stronger. And that's where I decided to get back into the gym and teach myself martial arts and be my own hero. So the stunt industry in a whole is a very male-dominated industry. I mean, in the UK, probably about 80% of all stunt performers on the register are male. Of about 400 stunt performers in total, only 2 of them are black women. So I'm in a very small niche area that I'm trying to inspire more people to be a part of as well. It's pretty hard being a woman breaking into a male-dominated industry because there are much more men to take the jobs available. However, being a woman in a male-dominated industry means that there is more opportunity for me to create. Last year, I got to meet a really cool group of stunt artists who had been in the industry for quite some time, and they were all men. One of them was actually a chairman of the stunt committee, and they got to tell me about their experiences in wigging. They actually told me that they all have had to do it at some point in their careers. Whether they liked it or not, they all had their different reasons for doing it. And the chairman of the committee reassured me that it's something that isn't so popular in this day and age. However, I've come to know of a job that I was actually contacted for earlier this year, in which they needed a black woman like myself to ride a motorbike. Like I said, I'm still in the period of completing my motorbike license. So I recommended it to someone else who was completely qualified, in fact overqualified, because she had so many years of experience doing that exact role. However, it was then passed on to a man, a white man, who was then had a wig put on him and then had his skin darkened to fulfill the role. Whatever reason that was, I'm not sure, but hopefully we can work to stop that from happening in the future. Yes, there's no easy way to say that I'm more than a little apprehensive when it comes to talking about this subject, just because from what I've learned from the industry at the moment, I have rubbed a few people the wrong way speaking about this subject already. I mean, it's not enough to stop me from making it a public issue or speaking on it, because I believe there needs to be awareness brought to this subject. However, I'm sure that there are people out there who may have the power to hinder some of my opportunities who aren't going to like what I'm saying. I just feel it's more important to raise awareness about something like this. I don't feel pressured by being a woman in a more male-dominated industry. If anything, I feel more motivated, and I feel this moral duty to be a role model for more women and for young girls in the new generation to pursue a career like something that I'm pursuing. I feel like in this day and age where we have so much women empowerment and equal opportunities and people just changing the stigma in general, I kind of feel if I don't put myself forward and push and achieve these things as a woman in a male-dominated space, I'm going to be letting more people down rather than just myself. My biggest goal right now is to be like the heroes that inspired me to do exactly what I'm doing in the first place on screen. So I'm aiming for Black Panther 2, for Avengers, for any cool Marvel, DC superhero film that's going to be released in the future. I want to be on screen, and I want to give a young girl or a young boy or anyone that feeling that I first got when I saw Trinity in the Matrix on screen. I want to inspire as many people as I can to pursue a career not just in stunts, not just in film, but in something that makes them feel passionate about anything. To all women out there, you know, as a woman, I know how it feels sometimes to look at someone or something and think, oh, I wish I had that, I wish I could do that. as women, we're often victims of having a lot of inhibitions and a lot of insecurities, and I'm just saying this as a woman, I'm not generalizing women. You know that feeling when you look at like a bird, for example, and you say, oh, I wish I could fly. I just want you to acknowledge that whatever your talent is, whatever your hobby is, whatever you love to doing, that is your way of flying. And no one else can give that to you or take that from you, whether it be your recipes or your dance routines or your poems or whatever it is that you love to do that makes you feel passion, that is your way of flying. And feed that, you know, and nourish that, because that's your special thing for you, for yourself, and for you to give to everyone else.